Alright, next in our Tubi horror weekend, we have 13 Ghosts. This is a long time coming for me. I have never seen this movie before. Most of these I haven't seen before. I think all but one of them. My criteria for this weekend is they have to be on Tubi. I have to have never seen them before, although there is one movie I have seen, but I wanted to give it a review. I just didn't know where to find it. Now I do, I'm going to do that. And, also I said no remakes and no sequels. Well, two of the movies are a first and a second film in a trilogy. The third one doesn't really matter because it's by name only. Eventually I'll get to that. And this one, 13 Ghosts, is a remake. I didn't know that till I looked it up. It's a remake of 13 Ghosts from back in the 60s? 50s, 60s? And it was directed by William Castle, the original one. And utilized an idea that William Castle was famous for this. Like, notoriously for the Tingler, he put like vibration stuff in the chairs. But this one, they used a ghost filter. It was a red and a blue, like 3D glasses, but you could only see certain filters through the things. And they kind of utilized that in this movie where they have special glasses that make you see the ghosts, which is pretty cool. So this film stars Tony Shalhoub, who many people would say, hey, Monk, or recognize him from Wings. But me, I've always known him as Fred Kwan, a.k.a. Tech Sergeant Chen from Galaxy Quest. I love that movie. You also have F. Murray Abraham, who is a villain in everything. And he's a fantastic villain in this, of course. You have Matthew Lillard, who's Shaggy in Scooby-Doo, and he was in Scream. She's no Sharon Stone. And he is fantastic in this as well. And then you have Shannon Elizabeth. American Pie. We don't get to see her naked in this, although we do see tits. I will say that. I mentioned my last review that was very gratuitous nudity. Here you have one ghost that's completely naked, and I don't even know if there's actually real tits that we're seeing, or if it's like when you say like Mystique, like it's rubber over with fake nipples, just to show, But I thought it was all the ghosts in this look pretty cool. Whoever did the effects for this film, I think it can be, is what I heard. Pretty good effects. There's some pretty good kills in this. One lady gets squished by a door, and that's pretty cool. It's not the best. It's probably the worst kill in this, but Matthew Lillard gets beaten the hell out of him by a couple ghosts. That's alright. The best kill in this, though, is the lawyer, who goes down to the basement, and he gets, set up by these ghosts. He gets scared, and he stands there, and, this door slices him in half. This way through. Half through this way. And his front half, slides down, and you see the after effect, and the other side falls down. It's fantastic. Why the backside stays up while the front is falling is beyond me, because once the door slices in half, they should both go like a banana, but who knows? It's a fantastic kill. And I just sat there on this 2001 saying, please don't be CGI. Please don't be CGI. And it was practical. I was shocked. The design of the house in this film is absolutely fantastic as well. However, I wouldn't want to live in it. Not because there's ghosts, but it's a glass house. Where you the basement is the only thing I think that you can't see anything. So, you could be naked down there, but, how you going to go to the bathroom with a glass house? How you going to take a shower? It's a glass house. They do say there's metal things on the outside, but it's I don't know. So the story here, if I can remember it correctly, the story here is this guy, I forget his name, F. Murray Abraham's character, Cyrus. Cyrus is collecting these 12 ghosts, which he has hired Dennis, that is Matthew Lillard, who is a sidekick of sorts, to try to help him hunt him down. And they're beginning of this, they're tracking the 12th ghost, the Juggernaut. And then these two other people show up, one of them being an important chick. And they mentioned the 13th one, and Hitler's like, no, man, you said 12. He goes, and yes, the 13 will come. And then, we presume, so after this, they trap this ghost. Cyrus is supposedly dead, and then the lady's friend is dead. And so then, we are shown this little story thing about, Tony Shalhoub's family and how his wife died in an accident. And I was looking through the cast, and I thought that Shannon Elizabeth was playing his wife. I'm like, she's too young to be his wife here. She's his daughter. I'm like, she's a little too old to be his daughter. Apparently, I'm guessing she's like college age, because she's in that Jack Frost movie, and she was playing a teenager. And that was 1997, 1997. And then she was in American Pie in 1999, she was playing a teenager. And now she's in this movie in 2001, playing a teenager who I guess might be college age. I'm hoping. And he has this little kid who's Hispanic for some reason, even though everyone else is not, but could be adopted, who knows. And he's obsessed with the dead, which doesn't really go anywhere other than leading him to the basement. Otherwise, there's nothing. And he gone from the movie, and then because we are assuming he's been captured, and then Shannon Elizabeth is captured. But here's the thing: before the boy is captured, forget his name, we see F. Murray Abraham again. And we're like, oh, is he a ghost? But we find out later he's not a ghost; he's real. And this chick who is supposedly helping them is actually working for him, and she's lied. Like, she tells them the 13 ghosts is a sacrifice, and once you do that, it'll stop the machine. But it turns out, if you do that, it'll activate the machine completely. Activating this eye of the devil or something like that. Eye of death or eye of hell. Something like that. And then she gets smooshed in the wall because, I don't know, she's not necessary anymore. I don't know. Yes, and Matthew Lillard is there when the lawyer takes them. He's disguised as a power guy, like, oh, I need to check your electricity and stuff like that. But then he quickly reveals who he really is. They need to get out, but they can't get out, and so that's our story. They're stuck in the house to try to find a way out, and then the boy gets taken. And I assume that F. Murray Abraham was the one who took him, right? How the hell did he get the daughter? She was right there. She was right behind Arthur and Dennis when she's taken. It turns around, or Arthur and the one chick, and they turn around and she's just gone. In a glass house that would have made noise if someone was walking to grab her. How was she taken? The boy makes sense. He shows up and he grabs the boy and puts him. Where did they put the kids? Because then we're shown, when the kids are shown again, they're in the middle entranceway of the house where the circle was. So where were they put? I mean, they're in a basement most of the time, but where was the boy put? Because they're walking across that entranceway a couple times trying to find the kids. He wasn't there, but don't know. But yes, and Matthew Lillard dies because he sees his dad. You've seen it earlier in the film, and you're like, oh. So they're going to kill off the best character in this film. Fine. And they do, but he does come back as a ghost and tells him, hey, you know, you can do it, you know. So the machine is going off. All these 12 ghosts have been summoned around. And so it's time for Arthur to make his sacrifice. But Arthur sees his uncle. That's who F. Murray Abraham is, his uncle. And he's like, he remembers everything that was told to him. And he's wearing these glasses. Like, you know, you can see the ghost. And he looks at his uncle and he goes, if I'm the 13 ghosts. And he takes them off and he looks and he's like, you son of a bitch. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So, just because he's the 13th ghost, that means that his uncle can't be a ghost? Because you are told that the 13 ghost is the one who makes the sacrifice. So obviously, living or dead, your uncle can't be the 13th ghost. But he could still be a ghost. What if you're like, you son of a... Oh, where'd you go? Oh, you are a ghost. Okay, never mind. And, yeah. So, the nanny, who I failed to mention till now because she really doesn't do anything but, black stereotype and sing a rap song in the credits because early 2000s. But, yeah. And, she, there's this, they have this recording going off with the chants, and then you hear, and she's up there messing with stuff, and then it causes the machine to go haywire, and his kids are stuck in there, and the ghosts are set free. They kill F. Murray Abraham by throwing him into the machine, pieces all over the place, and then Tony Shalhoub for some reason has to jump into the machine, even though there's no need to do that. Would the machine just... it just stops working once he jumps in there, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he had to jump in there to do it. But, Matthew Lillard's ghost shows up and says, I believe in you, you can do it. And then he jumps in and he's safe, and they're all safe, and then the machine stops working. And then the ghost of his wife, which is the fourth ghost, they learn that the fourth ghost is his dead wife, and that's why they needed him to be there. That's why the family was chosen specifically. And she shows up, and they can see her, but they're not wearing glasses. I thought you could only see the ghosts when you're wearing the glasses. And to that point, why did they have to have the flashing in and out effect? Every time they see a ghost, it's flashing in and out. It's disorienting and confusing, and it messed with my head. Why does every ghost need to do that? Every time they show a ghost, so flash it in and out. It's annoying. Cut it out. You didn't need that. But it's early 2000s horror film. You gotta be flashy and edgy and stuff like that. You didn't need that. That was unnecessary. You could have just showed the ghosts. Some movies do that because they have shoddy effects, and they do that so you don't see the shoddy effects, creature effects and stuff like that. But these, like I said earlier, are fantastic looking ghosts. Show them off more. Don't they have these little flash things going off? Don't have, any kind of effect with them. You can look straight at them with them walking towards you without any flash effects and be just fine. It would have been fine. But every time we see ghosts, it's flashing in and out, flashing in and out. It's annoying. It's like the editing in the Halloween 6 theatrical cut. Who directed this? Is it the same person? Anyway, yeah, and then the movie ends. Well, wait, I forgot one thing. The nanny quits her job. And that's how it ends. It's abrupt. There's no, we're going to find... so the big story with this is that because of the fire, apparently they didn't take out insurance on the house. They're living in this one little small apartment, and they need a bigger place. And so they contemplate moving into this house. What's going to come of that? And why did they need a nanny? Because apparently the nanny didn't do anything. She can't keep track of the kids. The oldest daughter is assumedly college age to late high school age. So why is there a nanny for the little kid anyway? And, what does she do? They establish she's a terrible cook. So there's not that. Obviously she can't clean the place if Tony Shalhoub is tripping over the scooter. It's supposed to be her job too. He blames the little kid, but I'm like, well, the nanny's supposed to clean up after her. She doesn't do anything. And when they get to that big house, she goes, I don't do windows. I'm like, well, what do you do then? You can't cook. You can't pick up after the kids. Don't want to clean. What is the point of having you? And at the end, she's like, well, I quit. I'm like, what did you do anyway? We literally see her do nothing but bitch and complain the entire film. Really. But I will tell you, this was entertaining. I really enjoyed this film. I get 8 out of 10. I thought it was really good. I thought the effects were good, except for the flashing stuff with the ghost. But, F. Murray Abraham was a great villain, as he always is, of course. And, Tony Shalhoub was great. Shannon Elizabeth. Fake or not, those were great tits on the ghost. Gotta comment those. And the house was fantastic. Matthew Lillard is great. This movie's good. Small minor problems, but 8 out of 10 ain't bad. So, what are your thoughts on 13 Ghosts? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. We're continuing on, baby. Tubi Horror Weekend. Whoa!